Hey, what's up? This is Sifu Kuttel and welcome to another Tai Chi at home training. Now in this video, we're going to be focusing on the physical side of Fajing, that relaxed power, that striking, that ultimate Tai Chi power that we're looking for. Now, of course, this is not a fast track to it, but this is to help you understand one element of having good Fajing. And this is actually something I would suggest you start training at any time. Now, for me, I started in Choi Lei Fut Kung Fu, so I already had a background of explosive power, fast punches and kicks. And I had sparring background and fighting, and I had experience in all of that. So in my Tai Chi training, to develop the art better, I understand how the intention behind the moves goes. So if you've never done anything like that, I'm not saying you have to go out and fight or you have to go out and start a different martial art, but you should at least know how to throw a fast punch, because when you understand where the emphasis for the snapping power should be on a fast punch, you'll have a better idea of how it should be done when moving slowly, even when we're just doing a simple push. Okay, so what we're going to do is just work on some relaxed power punches. And again, don't overstress yourself on this one. If you're new to Tai Chi, even if you don't want to do this as a combat side, this is a great way to get better benefit out of your forms training, even if your goal is for health. And if your goal is for the combat side, you should know combat basics anyway. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so what I want you to do is go to a relaxed bow stance. So you don't have to be in your total front Tai Chi bow stance. You can if you want. This will help with some of the waist rotation and the training side, but I want you to relax it a little bit so you can focus more on the hands than the feet, okay? So first thing I want you to do is we're going to bring one hand back down towards the belly, okay? You can put it up in front if you do the aprocade exercises. It's similar to that. Or if we're doing like a repulse monkey, the hand can be here. If you feel more comfortable, bring it back to the hip. This is just a way to connect mentally that the punch is coming from the hip. So the hip should turn for power here. Okay. The other hand, make sure we make a good fist, thumb on the outside, and then we're going to extend forward at head level. Okay. Now I'm aiming with these knuckles, the very top here. I'm not trying to aim with the flat of the hand, and we're not going to aim with these knuckles for now. Okay. We're just going right here. All right. Now from here, I want you to make sure the fist is relaxed for now. It's still closed. It's not dead, but we're not overly tensing it up. Now reach out with your other hand, and then we're going to just pull our other hand back down to the belly. We're going to reach out about face level. Okay. So again, we're going to hold out, 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 out. Now if I go forward, it's just right here. I'm just reaching up, they rotate over. This nice rotation adds a little extra snap when you do this, so you're gonna get more power out of these strikes, okay? So that's what we're really gonna add, is our snap to this, okay? So again, from here, I'm just gonna reach out, 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 out. Now, let's add a little more power. When you start adding power, a couple of things you want to try to avoid is overly tensing up. So we don't want to tighten up the body too much as we do this, and then we don't want to overextend our elbows. We want to keep them slightly bent, and if possible, a little bit downward, okay? So again, reach out a little bit faster this time, and we're just gonna hold that hand out. Now, I'm not trying to overly tense. I'm not punching anything. I'm not hitting a pad. I'm not getting any resistance here. So if I do anything wrong and I overextend, that's gonna put pressure on me. I have to deal with the consequence. Okay, so again, just reaching, nice and relaxed. Okay, now if we're going to add a little bit more speed, what I would prefer is that you add a little more snap at the end. So think of like you're holding a sponge in your hand. At the last second, when your hand turns over, you're gonna squeeze that sponge, and think of if it's full of water, what you're doing is you're squeezing the water out to the sides, but it should also kind of fan out because of this last second rotation that we have. Okay, so squeeze and punch, squeeze and punch, squeeze and punch. Now my hands might exaggerate a little bit because I want you to see this, but really your hand should look tense is like this, relaxed is like this. it shouldn't be noticeable. You don't have to prove to me that you're relaxing your hand by letting it open like this. It should still be relaxed and held in a fist position, okay? So squeeze out as you do this now. Notice, again, I'm making sure not to overextend my elbows. They're slightly bent, not locked out, okay? So watch out for locking out the elbow as you do this, slightly bent, okay? Now, as you feel comfortable in this, it's time to start paying attention to the waist. So now turn the waist and release the punch. Turn the waist and release the punch. When you're doing this front hand, don't turn away, okay? Because what happens is you start leaving completely and you're gonna lock out your elbow again, okay? So it's just a turn, 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 a slight turn forward, slight turn back, okay? Now, this is something you should feel, that little squeeze at the end, that little snap at the end, and this is just the basic of it. If you want to train another way, and one of my favorite ways of doing this is the double punch at the same time. This is a training style, okay? So start with the hands. Again, we can do a bow stance. I'm just gonna change it up for to keep it a little more interesting for you, but you can use the same stance. Both hands start at the belly, and then what we're going to do is reach up and out with a double punch. Now try not to overdo this, don't lean over, but we want to get that double squeeze and snap at the same time. So return back, use the waist rotation to turn into it, and then snap both out. Okay, you should feel the body as you're doing these punches. Think of like you have a rolled up towel and you pull it like this. You should feel the muscles and everything tense up, and you should feel the slack being withdrawn, okay? So that's that transfer of energy that we want. It travels up through the muscle and then out through the fist. If there's any kind of a disconnect, anything that's in a weird position when we do this, anything that's too tense, it's like putting a kink in the hose. You're not gonna have any water come out, okay? It's gonna stop that energy from coming out, and all you're gonna have is, from wherever that blockage is, you're just gonna have the power of whatever's left. Now, use this for training. Don't impress me with how fast you can do this if you're doing it wrong. Take your time and focus on that relaxation, okay? Nothing crazy. I'm not looking for knockout punches. I just want you to work on that feeling itself of the punch. And this is where your Fajing is going to start. You have to understand how things move fast. So then later on, after you've refined it by doing your Tai Chi training, you can start doing Fajing correctly and at a good fast speed. All right, so there you have it. Now, like I said before, this is not an advanced concept, but I feel it's a really important component to anybody who's serious about their Tai Chi training. You need to know how it feels to throw a punch. That way you understand how the body can connect better when moving slow. Even if your goal is for health, if you understand the connection better, the benefit on the health side is going to be greater because you use more muscles, more rotation, you're expressing more of the joints, you're using more alignment behind it, you're just having more full movement. It's the most efficient way to get the benefit of Tai Chi. Now, of course, on the combat side, you understand how to do these movements slowly to then improve when you do these movements fast. So, let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. Otherwise, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time.